Hey everybody, it's been a minute. I think it's been 9 months since I posted last, and I believe in that video I told you I was going to try to do it once a month. Hasn't worked out. I don't have any excuses, but here we are, posting something, an update. In the last 9 months, I went from 2 shots to 3 shots a day. Nothing huge there. It's not that big of a deal that I have to do three. Takes a little bit more space in my fridge, but that's about it. No real reactions to the shots, so I still take my pre-meds, take 3 shots a day. I do them like right before bed, and then pretty straightforward as far as that goes. I do have some exciting news. I think it's exciting. Maybe a week or two ago, I did a level and it came back as like a 2.3. No, 2.7. I think it was 2.7, which is one of the lowest one of the levels I've ever had. And that was really exciting. So that day, we had pizza. I think we had Domino's pizza for some reason. And normally what I would do is I'd scrape off the toppings and I would just eat the crust with the sauce on it. I was like, well, it's been low, and if that was how low it was on a regular diet, worst case scenario, it bumps up to like a 5 maybe. So I ate 2 slices of pepperoni pizza, which for the record isn't much better than if you just scrape the toppings off. But the meat lovers was delicious, and I had a half a slice of that. I took another level that night just to kind of see how things are, like experimenting, and that became a 3.3, which I was thrilled with because that's not very high at all. It was almost, within hours of having pepperoni pizza and stuff, so pretty excited there. I've been dipping my toes into things here and there, things that I wouldn't even touch before. I'm just like, you know what? My wife made chicken for the boys. I'll eat a little bit of that. Just like taste it, or if there's eggs, like cheesy eggs or something, I'll throw that down. I've also started trying some nuts that I've never had before, like almonds, pumpkin seeds, pistachios, those kinds of things. Pretty excited about that too. Excuse me, I'll probably do a video on that because I've gotten really into eating different nuts, and there's a lot of really cool flavors out there. So excited about that one. So anyways, one of the things, I was having a conversation with my mom the other day, and when I started taking these shots, I think they thought, there's like, he just wants to eat meat, right? How cool would it be to have a steak? That's great. But Caleb, what are you doing to yourself here? I did talk to my doctor of a long time, and there's 15 years of evidence for Palynziq. It's not like the COVID shot where it was made a month ago, and now now we're just going for it. But went into it very mindfully as far as that goes, and possible long-term effects, and so that looked really awesome. But my mom was just like, hey, and I had a conversation with her that was like, it's not just that. Like, that is a huge part, and it would be really nice. But if that was it, I don't know if it'd be worth it, if it was just to have meat. However, I am excited to have more clear thinking. I think that the difference in my level from 2, which is like normal, to where I have been most of my life is about somewhere between 6 and maybe 9, being, 3+ times over the recommended limit or over normal limit, and then usually outside of even what they recommend. Only since I've started taking the shots have I been within the recommended 4 to 6 range regularly. And now I'm starting to be on the lower end of that and into the normal side. And I think I've noticed some things. Life's not perfect. I still lose my patience. I still get tired. I still have to deal with some of those things. But I feel like I have an optimism, clarity of mind, and a drive that I haven't had before. Not to get too religious or anything, but I've been like reading my scriptures and I feel like I'm getting more out of it. I feel more inspired. I feel like I just feel like there's clarity there. I'm really hopeful that continues and maybe amplifies as my levels get more normal, and then as I move on. Additionally, I think I'm able to eat healthier foods. Most of my diet, ideally, we eat vegetables and fruits, and that's most of what we're supposed to eat, so that we get all the nutrients that we need and we don't go over on our levels, right? But if you eat nothing but potatoes, like, that's not a super balanced diet. I had like a piece of, for maybe the past couple of years, I've had like a piece of toast with butter on it for breakfast and like a banana in my formula, which isn't terrible. The formula goes a long way in having a balanced diet. But lately, I've been having some more nuts, and I was like, man, just the protein that's in these things, the nutrients, it's like a vegetable that's high in protein, but it's like really tasty. Something that I think I'll be eating a lot of in the future. Some of these healthier foods that are high protein but so good for you, like fish and eggs and nuts, and some of that kind of stuff, I'm really excited to try those. I even tried intermittent fasting a little bit. I'd like to keep trying that later and maybe try fasting for a whole day or 2 or 3. But I did do some intermittent fasting, and I did a level, and it was in the normal range and maybe even a little bit lower. I even did a level, and it was when I had fasted for a whole day on Fast Sunday. I had fasted for the whole day and 24 hours, and my level was like a 3 or a 4. I was like, hey, that's perfect, right? If I would have done that before, it would be like a 9 or a 10. Or higher, maybe. Actually, I don't know if I've ever measured that. Might be something worth looking at. I don't know if any of you have ever played with that. Fast for a whole day, take a level, see what it is. If you've done that, I'd love to hear that in the notes or in the comment section what your level was, because it kind of depends on each person. Anyway, all of that to say, I'm pretty excited. Things are starting to pick up here. Whether it's clarity of mind or just novelty from my lower levels and being able to try new things, I'm a little more motivated to do some more of this. Hopefully, you'll see me more regularly than in the past. And I'm sorry, I don't know that the quality of this thing's ever going to be super great, but as I learn, maybe I'll figure some things out, some tricks of the trade as far as editing goes, and figure that out. So anyways, thanks for listening. Let me know if you have any questions. I suspect I'll be trying new foods and posting some information about those. So thanks. Cheers.